quick word maybe on your Canadian? Kaylee Mackay, big day for her, isn't it? Got into the 12 just.
Yes, and it's very unusual for her. She had a difficult semi-final. I saw a few posts on social media. She was agreeing with that, saying that, woof, I barely made it, but I did, and she was ready to get back up there and do what she do best. She's able to go really high in the score. She medaled internationally before, and I think she's ready to do it again.
Well, here she is. On cue, Kaylee Mackay steps up for her first dive of this final. Forward 3.5 somersaults in the pike position for Mackay.
Beautiful. That's a different Kaylee Mackay. Only from that dive, I can tell. Great approach there. The speed she wants, confidence, the opening. Great entry.
See how the judges score that. Excellent start, 67.50 for the Canadian. So Great Britain, 2 competitors in this final. Lewis Toulson will take on a forward 3.5 somersaults in the pike position.
Beautiful entry, stayed a tiny bit pike there at the end. I love her pike position, so closed in. So much time to open, but she still went with hesitation, staying in pike.
63 for Toulson to open up her campaign in this world final. Pauline Fife of Germany is our next competitor in the free position. This will be an arm stand back double somersault with 1.5 twists.
Amazing. Stayed a tiny bit pike at the end. Demonstrated so much control in the handstand, staying at least 3 seconds. That's what you need to do. Grabbing her hands a bit too quickly at the end, but not bad.
67.20. The judges score that for Germany's Pauline Fife. The Netherlands' Elsa Prasterink. 2.9 degree of difficulty in the pike position. It's a back 2.5 somersaults.
Over the vertical, but not a bad dive at all. She knows exactly where she is in the air, just falling back on the takeoff a little bit. Beautiful pike. You have to stop a bit more that rotation when you open from that pike.
52.20 for the diver from the Netherlands. Next up, all that experience down the years. Australia's Melissa Wu involved again in another final. Forward 3.5 somersaults for the Australian in the pike position.
Difficult at the entry there, staying pike, but it's just because of the takeoff. She was spinning a bit slow, missing a bit of momentum and rhythm at the beginning. Not enough space to complete everything.
And her opening round score is 46.50 from Italy. Sergio Di Maria. This is about 2.5 somersaults, 1.5 twists in the pike position.
Beautiful. A tiny bit back on the takeoff, going really quickly in the twisting position. You have to jump vertically before. A little wobbly in getting in the pike position, but going in with confidence. That's what you want to do.
Picks up 67.20 first time around. Mexico have enjoyed an excellent few days at the start of these championships. And this is Gabriela Agúndez Garcia with a forward 3.5 somersaults in the pike position.
Excellent. Really love it. From the start, dynamic, beautiful pike, straight legs, closed in, so much time to open. Just a little bit of splash at the end, but that's not too bad.
Score 67.50. Mexico and more. Alejandra Orozco Rosa. It's a forward 3.5 somersault in the pike position.
I saw a little bit of hesitation at the end, and maybe she was holding back on the takeoff as well, going right away in the pike. You have to let yourself jump vertically before everything. And you see at the end, stayed round.
Andrea Spandolini Syriacs then, representing Great Britain, arm stand back double somersault, 1.5 twists in the free position.
Amazing. Just went over the vertical at the end, but she was so tight, so strong, doing that rib entry effect. That's what you want. The last image the judges will have. Just the head went down at the end. If you look up at that water, you'll be vertical.
Well, 72.00 for the British diver. Raid have to offer from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Forward 3.5 somersaults in the pike position.
No way. Really good. Even my French came out. That was awesome. Really good dive. Spinning really fast, good control. Just that resistance when she hits the water.
Good scores,
good.
yes, 75.00. Terrific start for Kim Mi Rui. And our two Chinese divers were both outstanding in the semi-finals. This is one of them. Chen Wong Chan, forward 3.5 somersault, pike position.
It looks so easy. Such a beautiful execution, start to finish. I thought she was a bit slow in the rotation, but trusting her spots in the air, going in for that entry. Outstanding.
Outstanding score, 76.50. He was the reigning world champion who's dominated this discipline. Chen Yushi with a forward 3.5 somersaults, pike position.
Wow. A tiny bit over at the end, and that's because I'm being picky. Love the jump on that dive. Right here, going in that pike position. Look at that, the thighs are on the chest. So squeezed in, just right there at the end, letting go a little bit.
72 exactly for the world champion. Round one of the women's 10-meter platform final is complete. China lead the way from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Great Britain third. China also occupy fourth. And in the bottom half, Saru down in 12th for Australia. A lot of dives to come. On to round two we go, back with the Canadian Paddy Mackay's second attempt in the top position. For her, a reverse 2.5 somersaults.
Beautiful, very solid dive for Kaylee Mackay. The challenge here is to control the adrenaline of a 2.5 rotation off a 10-meter drop. And right here, respected the technique when she opened from that tuck position. Slightly over, but really good.
Scoring 63, 130.50 is Mackay's aggregate score. Great Britain's Lois Tolson reverse 2.5 somersaults in the tuck position.
Brilliant, really good. Love that rib entry. Great jump off the start. Her tuck position could be more squeezed in, grabbing her ankles because instead of her knees, slightly over, but in general, it's a good one.
Over 60, 60.20 for Tolson, 123.20 for her two dives. German Julian Fife in the tuck position, inward 3.5 somersaults.
Oh, that's too bad. Just at the end there, you have to open with everything that you got with confidence. Right here, she threw herself down and backwards a little bit, so there's not enough height to be comfortable when you open from the tuck position.
And that shows in the scores 38.40 for the German. Her second dive of this final. Next steps Ilse Klesterink from the Netherlands, tuck position, reverse 2.5 somersaults.
That's good. She'll be happy with that one. Again, when she opened from the tuck position, what you have to do to stop the rotation is place your arms along the legs longer. And when you don't do it, well, it adds a bit of rotation, you go over.
53.20. She studies the dive, score comes up, and we move on to the next diver in this round 2. Australia's Melissa Wu in the free position. It's an arm stand back double somersault with 1.5 twists.
Good. That's a good one for Melissa Wu. Great control in the handstand. Beautiful twisting position. And really this time going in with confidence. That worked well.
67.20. Dive number 2 for Australia's Melissa Wu. Saint-Germain de Maria of Italy. Point position for this dive, a forward 3.5 somersault.
That's a good one too. Though I'd love to see from the takeoff a bit more height. Love the speed though, knows exactly where she is, reaching for the entry.
63 for the Italian, 63.00. Mexico well represented in this final. And the two divers, Gabriela and Mendes Garcia, in the top position, back 3.5 somersaults.
That's well done. A tiny bit over the vertical, but it's such a difficult dive to control. It's a blind dive. A bit backward on the takeoff, falling down a little. But she arched her back for no reason. She had all the space in the world to get that vertical.
The degree of difficulty was 3.3 on that dive, and she scores 64.35. Mexico with their second competitor, Alejandra Orozco Losa, arm stand back double somersault, 1.5 twists in the free position.
scared. I think I saw a bit of a twist at the end there. It's interesting to see in the replay. Takeoff was good. Twisting position too. When she grabbed her head, her body moved a little bit. That created the splash as well.
Score 62.40. Andrea Spenderini Syriacs, the difficulty of 3.2 in the tuck position for this inward 3.5 somersaults.
Takeoff looked so easy in the air, so much time to open, and look at that rip entry, perfect.
Brilliant scores, 81.60, takes her to top spot for the moment at least.
Back 3.5 somersaults with tuck.
Kim Mi-rae from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Back 3.5 somersaults in the tuck position.
Archer back at the end, so you saw that she slightly went over there. Feet are flat in the tuck position, I may add, but with that difficulty, it's going to be a good one.
69.30 moves her into second place as we come towards the end of the second round, but there are two key performers still to go. Chun-Won Chan, one of them, tuck position, with 3.5 somersaults.
Tuck position and that entry. I hope to see some perfect scores here.
91.20. Outstanding dive, brilliant scores for the silver medalist from last year's World Championship. Try and follow that. Well, the world champion, the reigning world champion, will try to do just that. Is Chen Yuxi. It's in the tuck position and it's an inward 3.5 somersaults.
Executed a tiny bit over the vertical, but love how dynamic it is from the start. Great momentum, speed, and right here her head is down a little, so it goes slightly over, but it's still very well done.
Scores big, doesn't she? 86.40. Not enough though to take top spot, but it's China 1 and 2 after 2 rounds, women's 10-meter platform final, and this is how the leaderboard looks. China first and second, Great Britain in third, Democratic People's Republic of Korea fourth, then Mexico and Canada make up the top 6 places. Italy, Mexico, Britain, Australia, Germany and the Netherlands, and those are the 12 competing nations in this women's 10-meter platform final. Back comes Kelly Mackay in with 3.5 somersault tuck. Third dive for her of this final.
Just resisting to that impact. Everything was there. Lofted the takeoff. She was spinning really fast and trusting what she saw. So she opened at the right spot, but right here, maybe the head moved down a little, creating that splash.
Scores 57.60 does Mackay. First dive of this third round as we move on to Liz Tolson of Great Britain in the free position. It's going to be an arm stand back double somersault with 1.5 twists.
That's good. Holding 3 seconds in the handstand, always very important. So when she pushed off that platform, she went in a little bit, making it difficult to control at the end because it creates a lot of movement, so she goes over.
60.80, one of 2 British competitors in this final. Germany's pulled in 5. It's in the back position, is back 2.5 somersaults.
Beautiful, loved it. Very elegant dive, well executed. Just slightly over at the end. Look at that pike, really good. When you open though, you have to wait with your arms on your legs a little bit more, so you go straight in.
60.90. Judges score that dive for the German. From the Netherlands, Elsa Presterink. Pike position, forward 3.5 somersaults.
Oh, she had a little bit of a difficulty on her approach. Right here, not completely in the end. Knees were bent at the first flip of the 3.5 rotation, and maybe letting go a bit too much at the end.
Shows in the scores 40.50, representing the Netherlands. And this from Australia is the latest attempt for Melissa Wu. She'll take on a reverse 2.5 somersaults in the tuck position.
There you go. She's going to be happy with that one. Slightly short of vertical, but she went for it. Beautiful tuck. Look at that technique, waiting at the right time to reach for the entry. Just the legs are falling down a little bit.
It's 57.40 for Melissa Wu. Third dive of 5, Italy's Sarah Giroin de Maria. Again, a dive in the tuck position, inward 3.5 somersaults.
was a great takeoff. And she did exactly that with a great speed. Just at the end, you have to lift your chin up to get a vertical entry.
60.80. We are in round 3. The top 12 competing for the medals from Mexico. Gabriela Agúndez Garcia in with 3.5 somersaults in the tuck position.
The end was good, but maybe the judges will have issue with the takeoff. See, she's going completely downwards, not going, jumping high enough to complete at least a full rotation at the 10-meter level, making it difficult when she finished that.
60.80 is how the judges saw that. Mexico's other representative, Alejandra Orozco Loza, typically 3.2 for this tuck position, inward 3.5 somersault dive.
Excellent. That's really well done. It's funny how she starts completely on the side of the platform, but that's where she's comfortable. Just locking your elbows a bit more when you touch the water.
67.20. Mexicans in first and second place, but plenty to change all that, including maybe Andrea Spandolini, Cirex, forward 3.5 somersaults, pike position.
Great entry. Very, very clean entry. Just slightly over the vertical. Great approach. Beautiful pike position. But right here, she's keeping her head down a little too much, so you see the feet going in.
70.50. 224.10 is the aggregate score for her dives from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The turn of Kim Mi-rae, inward 3.5 somersaults, tuck position for her.
Excellent. And she's so consistent from the beginning of the competition until now. Very confident on the platform. Beautiful takeoff, tuck position. Following the steps to open from that tuck position, and great entry. Impressive.
Impressive score as well, 76.80. Trying to apply a bit of pressure in this third round to China. That is where the focus is. Wang Shan. Free position, arm stand, back double somersault with 1.5 twists.
magnificent. That entry completely disappearing underwater. Maybe the legs came apart a tiny bit. You'll see it better on the side, but that will be the only thing.
Turning on the Star Lady, 4.80. And China have one more to go. Chen Yushi then. Arm stand back, 3.5 somersaults. 3.3 is the degree of difficulty on this dive.
But that takeoff as well. The feet are flat though, that's the only thing, but look at that resisting the impact. Incredible.
94.05. It is a masterclass in world-class diving from the two Chinese competitors. And they occupy the top 2 slots. Women's 10-meter platform final. Round 3 of 5. China, Great Britain, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and then Mexico in 5th and 6th. Italy, Canada, Great Britain, Australia, Germany, and it's the Netherlands in 12th. And we are all set to go with Kelly Mackay and dive number 4. Back somersault, 3.5 somersaults in this dive. Tuck position, 3.3 level of difficulty.
Oh, she's going to be really happy with that one. It's already better than what she did in the semifinal. I love how high she jumps. Almost 2 rotations on top, above the 10-meter platform. Is just moving the body a little bit when she touches the water.
And secures a dive score of 64.35. Lewis Tolson of Great Britain then. Inward 3.5 somersaults in the tuck position for the British diver.
Good. Really good. Maybe it's a tendency, but when she opens from a tuck position, she stays a bit piked right here. You have to go straight in, keep your head and chin up.
It's a score of 67.20 for Tolson. Germany and Pauline Fife. Back 2.5 somersaults, 1.5 twists in the pike position.
Short of vertical. It's all about the takeoff. She was standing there really tall, but when she did her arm swing, she went backwards too fast, in the twist too fast. And that eliminated the space you actually need to complete the dive correctly.
Picks up 49.60 for her 4th dive of this world final. Plasterink of the Netherlands in the tuck position. This will be an inward 3.5 somersaults.
Excellent. She's going to be really pleased with that one. The only thing I noticed is the feet in the tuck position. Toes are pointed, but the feet has to be pointed also. Very important.
It's a score of 67.20.
Inward 3.5 somersaults with tuck.
Chance for Melissa Wu then. Quite a bit of pressure with this dive in the tuck position. Inward 3.5 somersaults for Wu.
Oh, just at the end. Maybe she's missing a bit of confidence. It's her first international competition in a while. Everything was there, the takeoff, great tuck position. Right here, she kept her head down, and then it's really difficult to stop the rotation and get it straight in.
Shows in the score 40, exactly 40.004. Melissa Wu. Sarah Jolene de Maria. Back position, and the back 2.5 somersaults.
Takeoff, because it's a 2.5 rotation, you don't want to give it all because it's so difficult to control here, but she did it really well. I just want to see a full swing and energy on top of the platform.
62.35 is the result of her fourth dive. This is Gabriela Agúndez Garcia. 3.3 degree of difficulty in the tuck position. Arm stand back, 3 somersaults.
Beautiful entry, great control. Once again, a blind dive. And that takeoff, I feel she's pushing downwards a little bit too much. She needs to arch to get straight in, but in general, it's well done.
67.65 for Garcia of Mexico. Alejandra Orozco Loza with a reverse 2.5 somersault dive in the tuck position.
That's too bad. It was a really good takeoff, high jump. Look at that, great speed. And she opened at the right spot, considering how high she was, but she needed to place her hands along the legs longer to stop that rotation.
Yeah, she knows at 33.60, shaking her head. There's Spendolini Sirex looking to remain in contention. Reverse 2.5 somersault in the tuck position. What can she do?
Oh, wow! Amazing! She's really on tonight. It's incredible to see one dive after the other, but great job on the takeoff, great speed, but trusting herself when she kicks out. The feet are going slightly over, but it's only because I'm being picky, but that was amazing. Beautifully done.
And the score's 71.40. Sirex score as well. And from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, this is Kim Mi-rae, armstand back double somersault, 1.5 twists in the free position.
That was okay. I saw some legs moving in the twisting position. That's really important. Keep the feet together. You'll see on the replay. Great push there, and right here, the judges will deduct for that. And when she's going in, she keeps her head and chin down, just adding rotation at the end.
Scores on their way, 60.80 for the diver from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. China, where their two athletes have been outstanding. First up, it's Chen Wong Chan, back 3.5 somersault in the tuck position.
Be a perfect 10. That was just divine. The tuck position, I would, grab the ankles, but that was something. Wow, can he get any better than that?
Superb, 97.35. Well, to a reigning world champion trying to top that. It's 3.5 somersaults in the tuck position.
That's a good response. Really well done. Maybe staying short of vertical at the end. Great takeoff. The feet in the tuck position. They need to be pointed. But I mean, that's really well executed. It's such a difficult dive to perform. She responded to the pressure.
She responded positively, and she picks up 84.15. Not enough to take her into top spot, but it's China who continue to dominate after 4 rounds of the women's 10-meter platform final. They occupy the top 2 places. Britain in 3rd, Democratic People's Republic 4, and Mexico and then Italy complete the top 6. Kenny McKine 7th, Britain 8th, Mexico, Germany, Netherlands and the Australian are in the other places. 12 qualifying for today's final. Last chance from Canada, Kenny McKay, 5th dive of this world final, ending with a back 2.5 somersaults, 1.5 twists in the pike position.
That's okay, that's good. It's better than the semi-final for sure. She was expecting to do better only for herself, but this dive only at the end is resisting that impact, kept her head down a little bit.
57.60 for Mackay and Canada. Britain's Lewis Tolson then. Back 2.5 somersaults, 1.5 twists in the pike position for Tolson.
Oh, wow, that's good. Great way to finish the competition for Lois Tolson. Fast in the twisting position, love that transition into the pike position, and really taking the time to get straight in the water.
Bows out with a score of over 70.40 away from Tolson. And her final is at an end. Germany's battled 5 Last contribution of this final will be in the pike position, a forward 3.5 somersaults.
Beautiful entry, very well done. It's just on the takeoff. And she throws her arms forward, she goes downwards a bit too much. You have to squeeze in that pike to have time to open correctly, which she did, but you have to give yourself more room to finish.
German scores 61.50. From the Netherlands, Elsa Plesterink finishing off with a forward 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist in the pike position.
Excellent entry, well done on that one. Fine details in the dive though. Right here, the legs are coming apart in a twist and the knees are bending, going in that pike position. Fix those little details and otherwise it's good.
It's 58.00. Chance to review the action as Australia's Melissa Wu steps up in the pike position. A back 2.5 somersaults with 1.5 twists.
Stay rounded at the end, but she'll take that one. It was a difficult competition for her, unfortunately. Right here, barely of a jump from the takeoff, right away in the twisting position, so there's no really space to get straight in.
56 exactly for the Australian Melissa Wu. Return of Italy's Sarah Jordine de Maria. This is in the free position, armstand back double somersault with 1.5 twists.
be so happy with that one. I can see her coach being very proud from here. Great push off on platform, excellent twisting position, and great entry too, very solid.
A solid way to end her final, a wave and 68.80. On we go. Gabriela Agunda Garcia, final dive for Mexico. Back 2.5 somersaults, 1.5 twists in the pike.
Short of vertical, it's only from the takeoff where she didn't go as high as she wanted, went fast in the twisting position, and at the end, of course, it finishes low. It's difficult to go vertical.
She finishes off with 56.00. Mexico's other competitor, Alejandra Orozco Aloza, difficult 3.2 in the pike. It's back 2.5 somersault, 1.5 twist.
Well done. That's a good way to finish after that little mistake in the previous round. Love the jump. The feet came apart in that transition from the twist to the pike. Legs are going slightly over, but not bad.
65.60 for the Mexican. Big moments. No senses for Andrea Spenderini Surix. Score needed 54.35 to get among the medals. Like 2.5 somersaults, 1.5 twist, pike position.
An important dive, and she delivered. It was incredible. Very strong takeoff, twisting position, that transition with knees bent a little bit, but look at that entry. Simply amazing. One of her best events, and
she waits. It is
81.60.
Thumbs up, no wonder. Exactly what she wanted, and she does deliver when it matters for Great Britain. So Kimmy Ray, what could she come up with? Back 2.5 somersaults, 1.5 twists in the pike position.
Oh, that was good too. A tiny bit short of vertical. And it's so difficult to keep the feet together in a twisting position. You see them coming apart in that transition to the pike. She'll be deducted for that.
waiting for a score on its way at 67 points. 2-0 for Kim Mi-rae. Well, China's two competitors have been involved in a wonderful battle to view. Chen Wang-chan, outstanding dives throughout this. A back 2.5 somersault, 1.5 twist, pike position. Final dive of the final for her.
Wow! So impressive! Disappearing underwater like none other. Incredible. That confidence on top of the platform. Beautiful transition, squeezed in pike and resisting that big impact of the water. Beautiful.
Been a delight to watch. She waits, we waits. It's 86.40. All down to one final dive. The world champion Chen Yushi finishes with a pike position. The dive is a back 2.5 somersault with 1.5 twists.
Will that be enough? Great execution, very high up in the air, that jump here. The feet are coming apart in the twisting position a little bit, if I'm being picky. But impressive.
What has Chen Yushi been marked as 91.20. It has been some duel between those two for top spot. It's a China 1 and 2, and it's a medal for Great Britain. Outstanding to watch in this women's 10-metre platform final. Setting the standard, maintaining the standard, and China, who've dominated this event for so long, deliver again on the biggest occasion. Gold and silver, and congratulations as well to Andreas Spendiarni-Sirix, who picks up a bronze for Britain.
It's fascinating how the Chinese are really in a league of their own. With over 400 points, they were basically battling each other because they were winning after round, even though they were still about to dive, they were still on top of the ranking and perfecting the technique every time. It's quite something.
Let's have a look at the final results. Women's 10-metre platform final. It is gold for China, silver for China. Great Britain picking up bronze. Democratic People's Republic of Korea finishing fourth. The hugely experienced Melissa Wu, 12th. Brilliant final. And we wondered if China would in any way drop below that magnificently high standard, and the answer was an emphatic no, they didn't. Britain medal, and absolute joy to watch. You're looking at their dives, Rosalind. It's, as an expert, difficult to see too many faults in the standard that they're setting at this level.
Yeah, there's a tendency of seeing flat feet in their dives in general when they're doing a tuck position, but other than that, which actually they don't need to fix that problem because they're winning anyways, but it's their consistency. Every time we see them in an international competition, or even when we see on social media their nationals, they're still so impressive doing those dives to perfection all the time. They can miss, but never huge mistake. That's what's really impressive, discouraging for some, but really pushing the limits to the sport.
Just missing out on a medal, Kim Mi-rae from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Really creditable performance from Sarah Jodwin de Maria of Italy, finishing in fifth place. Canada's Kelly Mackay, eighth. Lewis Tolson, the other British competitor, in sixth. And between those two, Gabriela Agundes Garcia. Any other performances stand out for you of those 12 in the final?
Andrea, for sure. When I look at her competition in Fukuoka last summer, she didn't do well in general, not as what she wanted and what she expected from herself and what we expected from her, because she was doing so well in the previous competition. But they were her first time trying to qualify her spot for Great Britain for the Olympics. And now she came back with that baggage of experience, and it's a total different diver that we see up there, with confidence, trusting that she knows her dives well. She knows how to perfect them, to do them under pressure, and she really did great today with actually all the pressure she had on her shoulder. And it's amazing to see that she's living up to her own expectations and really coming back from a disappointing event in Fukuoka.
Medal ceremony on its way in just a moment. Just a thought, you mentioned Melissa Wu, all her experience out of international competition for a long time back, finishes in 12th place. Kelly Mackay, 12th, just squeezing in, but improves in the final from what she delivered in the semi-finals.
Yeah, for Kaylee Mackay, it's a long way from what she's capable to do normally. It's been, I guess, a struggle. We had a chance to talk a little bit earlier, and she was not feeling her best, not physically, but maybe mentally going into that competition. But she battled through, and she has such an important job to do tomorrow for the 10-meter synchronized, which Canada is looking to get a spot. So I guess she's going to take that as an experience, practicing her dive to be fully ready for tomorrow, because she already had opened the spot individually. And as for Melissa Wu, it's just an opportunity to be here again. She was injured for a really long time. Coming back takes a lot of effort and dedication, and she has that. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for her today, but it's not what we're used to see from her. And I'm pretty sure she's just going to go back home, train, and we'll see her in a better position next time.
So the women's 10-meter platform medal ceremony is up next. It's the one medal that's been given out today at the Hamad Aquatic Centre in the diving. Day 4 of these World Aquatics Championships, and certainly today, like all others, was not disappointed as a spectacle. Quite brilliant to watch. We talked about China. They were the two to beat, and they ended up with gold and silver. The first country to qualify a maximum number of divers for the Olympics. China with 6 Olympic champions across their diving team here in Doha, and delivering on a world stage once again. We are into the medal ceremony then. This is the women's 10-meter platform final.
The medals and gifts will be presented by Executive Board Member of the Olympic Council of Asia and President of Brunei Darussalam National Olympic Council. صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير حاج صفي تركيا.
Just welcoming our two people who will give out the medals, including the Vice President of the Chinese Olympic Committee. What a wonderful spectacle it has been, and for Great Britain, Andrea Spendolini Syriacs was among the medals at the World Championships in Budapest, at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. It is bronze for Great Britain. Terrific performance. It was always going to be difficult to break that stranglehold of a China 1-2, but didn't she do wonderfully well?
She was so impressive today. Right there battling with Kim Mi-rae for that third spot on the podium. And the interesting part is she knows it's possible for the Olympics now, which you could see it in two ways. Either it will be added stress for her or a motivation that it can actually happen.
A semi-final into a final, and comes second. The reigning world champion progressed. We knew she would. Could she win top spot? It is silver for Chen Yuxi, who won gold last year in Japan. Brilliant performance. It is silver for China. Women's 10-meter platform silver medalist. Well, we wondered which of the two would come out in top spots and win a gold medal in this women's 10-meter platform final. Many congratulations, Chen Wengchan. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And China continue to dominate at this level in a world championship and in a women's 10-meter platform final. It is 1-2 for China as they strike gold.
She was so impressive today. Nearly perfection every single dive. And it looked so easy. That's the thing. That's the most beautiful thing. That means it's done perfectly.
There is our gold medalist.
Please stand for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China.
But it has been some spectacle. We wondered whether it would live up to all the pre-match billing we saw them come through the semi-final a little earlier today. The top 12 competing in the World Championship final. And in the end, it was really about who was going to win that bronze medal. Chance for Kinley Ray, some other outstanding dives, but Andrea Spendolini Suryates wins it to continue what has been a terrific success story for the British diver. Double shot and through together. Gold, silver and bronze, full of smiles. They are our medalists in the women's 10-metre final. And your concluding thoughts on a wonderful afternoon of sporting and diving action, Rosalie?
Well, what I love about today is it was all about elevating everyone's performance going into the final. I thought in the beginning semifinals were okay, but they were building momentum for tonight, and it showed the quality of dives were better. They still have a lot of room for improvement, but when you look at the season in a bigger picture, it's not the time to be perfect here. You have to be it next summer, but it's so hard. You're at World Championships, you want to get on that podium, you want that title, but you have to think sometimes in the long run. But still, very, very fun event to watch. So much more to come in the next couple of days. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
Very impressive indeed, and richly deserved for China and also for Great Britain, who started with a gold medal on day one of these World Aquatics Championships. And another to medal is Andrea Spendolini Suryates. The lap of honour, the pictures as they can enjoy their moments, all the hard work, all that preparation. And for those three divers, it pays off in this particular discipline. So much more to follow as the diving events and the medal events continue at some pace in this first week of these